The United Nations top court is reviewing the legal consequences of Israel's occupation of Palestinian territory since 1967. An unprecedented 52 countries are expected to give evidence. Nations including the United States, Russia and China will address judges in a week-long session at the Peace Palace in The Hague, the seat of the International Court of Justice. In 2022, the UN General Assembly asked the World Court for a non-binding advisory opinion on the legal consequences arising from the policies of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem. While any opinion would be non-binding, it comes amid mounting international legal pressure on Israel to end the war in Gaza, sparked by the October 7 Hamas attacks. The hearings are separate from high-profile case brought by South Africa alleging that Israel is committing genocidal acts in its current Gaza offensive. The World Court ruled in January that Israel must do everything in its power to prevent genocide and allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. However, it stopped short of ordering a ceasefire. On Friday, it rejected South Africa's bid to impose additional measures on Israel, but reiterated the need to carry out its ruling in full. The General Assembly has asked the International Court of Justice to consider two questions. Firstly, to examine the legal consequences of what the UN called the ongoing violation by Israel of the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination. This relates to the prolonged occupation, settlement and annexation of the Palestinian territory occupied since 1967. It also related to the measures aimed at altering the demographic character and status of the Holy City of Jerusalem. In a six-day war in June 1967, Israel seized the West Bank, including East Jerusalem from Jordan, the Golan Heights from Syria and the Gaza Strip, and Sinai Peninsula from Egypt. Israel then began to settle the 70,000 square kilometers of seized Arab territory. The United Nations later declared the occupation of Palestinian territory illegal. Cairo regained Sinai under its 1979 peace deal with Israel. The World Court has been asked to look into the consequences of what it described as Israel's adoption of related discrimination measures. Secondly, World Court should advise on how Israel's actions affect the legal status of the occupation and what are the consequences for UN and other countries. The court will rule probably by the end of the year. Israel is not participating in the hearings. However, it has reacted angrily to the 2022 UN request, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calling it despicable and disgraceful. The week after the UN resolution, Israel announced a series of sanctions against the Palestinian Authority for pushing for the hearings. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.